I have been thinking for a long time to talk about this particular topic because so many people who are going through a spiritual awakening process, who also keep interacting with me on personal level, taking private sessions, do definitely have this question as one of their burning question in their heart that I'm struggling to keep with my job. So would I lose job through this awakening process? And we also do see so many people actually changing their careers or losing their jobs after spiritual awakening. And I definitely feel that your spiritual awakening, your Kundalini awakening, and you losing your interest in your job or you losing your job is absolutely interlinked with each other. So, in this video, I definitely want to discuss my understanding, what I have realized when I was going through this journey, what have been my experiences, how I have been observing similar patterns in other people's life when they are going through spiritual awakening and its connection with their careers or their job. So, welcome back to my channel, Awaken with Pradnyaa. All those who are newly watching my channel, I urge all of you to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. All those who want to do one-to-one sessions with me, all the information about the personal private sessions I conduct is given in the description of this video. I have also given more than 6,000 answers on spiritual awakening and twin flame experience on a website called Quora. So, all those who want to follow me on Quora and read my posts, the link is given in the description. All those who want to join us for our first twin flame retreat that is going to take place in Sharjah in United Arab Emirates. Those people who don't know Sharjah, it is absolutely a neighbor state to Dubai. The retreat is going to take place from 20th to 24th April 2024 for 4 days. So if you want to know all the details about the retreat, please find the link in the description and you will know everything that you need to know. Hurry up, there are very limited seats. So all those who want to join us for this amazing, exciting retreat that would definitely bring you some shift in your journey. So now coming to the basic topic of this video. When I started this whole spiritual awakening process in 2011, I was a typical human being who considered myself very capable, very creative, very competent and intelligent person. I wanted to compete with others. I want to excel in my traditional career. I was a very ambitious and competitive person. I used to compare myself with others. I used to judge other people's success. If somebody is becoming more successful, I would definitely have slight feeling of jealousy, though I don't consider myself as too much of a jealous person. But I did have those sort of feelings for some people when I used to hold that consciousness and I was newly starting to awaken in 2011. Though when my awakening started and when I hit the first dark night of the soul in my life, which was one of the most severe dark nights in my life, so many things started crumbling down. All those belief systems that I was holding on to, the way I thought the life runs, the way I thought I should approach success, as the way I thought my life would unfold, the way I thought I should shape up my career, how much money I should make, how much famous I should become, what sort of revenue streams I need to get into. The whole thinking process that used to control me was completely coming from my ego mind till that time. And when I hit that dark night, all those walls of my ego started crumbling down and crushing down in that dark night. It was a great struggle because there was this big tussle between my ego and my heart. My ego used to say that, oh, I'm losing, I'm failing in life. I'm not able to cope up with certain aspirations. I'm giving up. My ego used to say that, oh, you don't have to give up. you have to strive hard, you have to really work hard to achieve something. You need to be successful in this, you can't give up. If you don't become successful, you will not earn money, people will not recognize you, you can't really be at a platform where you really want to be. So ego used to pull me to that specific way of thinking. At the same time, my soul was awakening. My soul used to tell me, release all that, you don't need this to live your life, you can be in your own peace, you don't have to run faster than anybody else, you don't have to compare yourself with anybody, you don't have to be necessarily conventionally successful in life to become happy. So there was this big conflict getting created in my heart, that what the hell is happening in my life, what is it that I'm doing? And then there was this whole sense of feeling directionless. And then this whole self-esteem also starts crumbling down, because so far you were looking at yourself with a certain perspective, you were putting yourself at a certain pedestal, and then you see that whole platform crumbling down in front of you. And then you feel, what is happening? Like, things are moving out of your hand, the things are, something is snatching your control, your success, your um, self-worth away from you. So that was like the biggest struggling period in my life, where that whole dark night hit, and my whole identity, which I was holding on to, um, my assumed identity, which I was holding on to, started slipping slipping out of my hands and crumbling down completely into pieces. This I can describe as the initial state of my awakening and the severe, most dark night that I faced. Apart from my career, there was everything else that was crushing down around me. My husband was upset with me. My brother stopped talking to me and he said that, don't show me your face. So my family was not happy with me. I was having this guilt feeling because I had this 4-year-old daughter. I was not able to pay full attention to her, and that was another additional guilt feeling that was there in my heart. My bank balance started going down. My career was crushing down because I was losing interest in my career. So there were so many things happening. Later, as I progressed through this dark night, there was this aggressive ascension process where there were so many downloads. I was physically putting on a lot of weight. As I was going through this ascension process, that was also the time when I started tapping into a higher states of consciousness. So I would feel that I am not present here on this planet. I am somewhere else. I'm floating. My whole attention is, awareness is in some sort of a void. I don't know what is the time. I don't know what is the date, how much time has passed. I would just lose that sense of time. I would not be able to plan. I would not be able to schedule things. I would not be able to function as a normal human being on day-to-day basis, and that was really killing me. I was really losing my mind when I used to realize that I'm not able to perform on day-to-day basis. At that time, I was having my own company. I have always been a very ambitious person, so I had opened this design and advertising agency in Dubai, and I really wanted to make this company a well-known organization with a lot of good accounts, as a portfolio. And I used to meet my clients, I used to do networking. Like, I used to be the person who is always out of my house 24/7, on the go, running, having 10 meetings in a day, um, and so busy in my work. I won't call myself a workaholic, but I used to really gain a lot of happiness in working for my own company. And then when I started going through this whole phase of my life, suddenly one day I lost that passion to work for my company. It stopped making any sense to me. There was this whole period of 3 years where I have genuinely struggled to keep that company running, and my soul was pulling me towards closing it. My soul was saying that this is not something which is your sole purpose, this is not something that you need to do. and my ego was struggling to keep that company going. And then slowly I also experienced that something is trying to show me with my experiences that I have to close this company. There was a client and I really went out of my way to do something for them, and I fell on my face because I couldn't deliver them on time. Not my fault. There was somebody else who was responsible for not uh, for that project not really coming up to the mark. So eventually the client was unhappy. Even after me going out of my way and giving my 500%, client said that I have betrayed their trust or whatever. The work is not up to the mark. And I cried that day so much that I'm working hard so much, but I'm not able to keep up with what people are expecting out of me, or things are just not working out. And that's when I really started sensing that this is coming to me as a sign that I really need to look deep inside my soul and listen to what my soul is telling me. And one fine day, I decided that I want to close this company. And my husband was shocked and he started blaming me, like, how can you be so, how can you take things so lightly? I mean, this is your baby. You have really worked hard to make this company to where it is today. And how come you want to just close it one day? I mean, it's not that easy. Just, one day, one fine day, you just feel it and you close it. I was not able to explain him what I was going through, and I decided not to justify anything to anybody. And I said, nothing doing, I'm closing the company. After I took that decision to close the company, the next 6 months have been absolutely kind of a gray period in my life because I didn't know where the hell I'm leading. I did not know anything, whether I'm going to ever work in my life hereafter. Will I be able to be financially independent ever hereafter in my life? Will I be able to find something that resonates with me, that falls on my soul path? It also gives me an opportunity to earn and be independent person and be financially independent. I did not know if anything of this sort is going to unfold or not. So there was this fear, there was this uncertainty, there was also this whole feeling of failure, that because I used to see my classmate, somebody is receiving reward for being a best entrepreneur, somebody is becoming a vice president of a Fortune 500 company, people reaching to different heights of success. If you really look at it from the metrics perspective, the worldly success. So a part of me used to get affected by seeing people's worldly success. And at the same time, my soul was understanding that this is not for me. So the next phase after I uh, closed my company, there was this huge struggling period that was another struggle between my ego and my soul. I really worked and struggled hard to keep my ego mind away because my ego mind always used to compare people, put me into this place of being a failure, not being able to perform, not being able to make enough money even after having a very successful career and having a good degree and accolades. So there was this whole feeling of self worthlessness. And this was the first time I was experiencing it because ever since I passed out from my college, I have always been a person who was very good in my career. So feeling worthless, feeling that you can't achieve anything, feeling that you have already failed miserably, feeling all these feelings was not easy. I struggled a lot when it comes to releasing my struggle with my ego. It was a very slow process, but eventually I came to this juncture where I was able to accept that whatever people are doing out there in the matrix world is not for me. My soul calling is completely different. So if somebody is happy in their life and getting different higher position and recognition and awards and entrepreneurship adventures, good for them. I don't want to go there and feel like a failure or feel jealous about anybody. My soul calling is completely different. So somewhere I stopped naturally. It was a very natural internal juncture where I came and stood one day, that I stopped comparing myself to anybody else, and I stopped feeling jealous about anybody. Um, Somehow my ego also then started accepting this whole scenario with grace, that probably I was born to do something completely different, and advertising and design was not the kind of career I was supposed to do as a path of my soul or the purpose of my soul. And when I accepted that, then I also experienced some sort of a shift inside me, that yes, I was feeling that now I'm actually getting or entering into some sort of a flow where I'm trusting the divine process, and I'm able to listen to what my spirit guides are telling without my ego hindering over there. And I knew that sooner or later I would know what I'm supposed to do. I don't have to worry. I don't have to compare. I don't have to judge. I don't have to be afraid, even when my outer position in my life is completely uncertain. So I successfully sailed through that specific phase, and then slowly there were certain signs that started coming to me. I started this YouTube channel. I was not sure what the hell I'm going to do, but then slowly I started the YouTube channel. I started talking to people. There were many more ideas that started coming to me, and I would not say even today that I'm 100% clear about what I'm supposed to do, what is my soul path. I have been, that has been revealed to me 100%. No, I still feel that that whole path is absolutely still unfolding in my life. But slowly and steadily, I'm going there. And the difference I feel in my heart is that I just know that I just need to be an instrument of God and just go with the process, go with the flow, pick the clues, whatever is coming to me, and work on those clues. That's the only thing I have to do. I really want to say to all those people who are actually going through this whole phase where you are probably facing this gray area or this void area. These two areas are extremely challenging. Once where you are in your severest dark night, where you are struggling to shed off your ego, your old belief systems, the way society operates, the way people see you as a successful person, your whole innate feeling of becoming successful, financially successful, socially successful, um, gaining rewards, being famous, being popular, recognition, rewards, all these things. I'm not saying that there is anything wrong in expecting these things, but when your spiritual awakening starts, most of your matrix belief system will start shedding off. And you will have a lot of conflict in your mind when it comes to holding on to these worldly parameters, when it comes to position, rewards, recognition, success, etc. So that particular phase is the most painful. There is a lot of struggle over there because your ego is pulling you back to the matrix consciousness again and again. So that is one phase where many people struggle. And another phase is where you understand, accept where you are going, and you have kind of released your matrix consciousness. You have also let go your traditional career in whatever way. And you don't know what next. You don't really know what you're here for. You have not been able to identify what exactly is your soul purpose. And then you are standing into this whole gray area that you don't know what is next. So these are the two phases of this whole process that are most challenging. But I just want to say that you just need to hold on for one more day, trust the divine, know that there is a reason why you're going through this process, and just go with that flow. So now, if I ask myself, looking back, that what was happening to me for last 10, 11 years since I started awakening spiritually and all these changes that took place in my life. I would, according to my observation, what I have realized is that my Kundalini was rising, trying to push my awareness from my three bottom chakras to my heart center. So I was literally going through this process of snapping out of my solar plexus. Many of you may not know that when it comes to Kundalini and the first three bottom chakras that the Kundalini system has, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. These three chakras hold the earthly matrix consciousness, the kind of life you want to live, your aspirations, your desires, all those things as a human being are stored into the energy of the three bottom chakras mainly. Most human beings are probably operating from their sacral chakra or their solar plexus. So when your awareness starts rising up above than your solar plexus, and when you start tapping into your heart center and your kundalini starts rising above your solar plexus, whatever struggle you have been experiencing in anything and everything, and especially as the subject of today's video is about your career and your job, it definitely affects how you see your job, how you see your career, how you look at the whole life and the belief system around it. So when I was going through this whole process of snapping out of my solar plexus and coming to my heart center, I started releasing all these aspirations, desires, fears, insecurity, uncertainty related to my earthly life, related to my worldly success, related to my career success, related to competition, judgment, jealousy, comparison. So, if you really look at the whole experience from the Kundalini perspective, you would understand why all these changes are taking place in your life. If you are going through this experience of losing your interest in doing your job, I'm going to discuss a bit more in depth about the spiritual aspect and the Kundalini aspect of this whole experience. But in today's video, I only wanted to make sure that I just share my human experience, what sort of struggles I went through as a normal human being who was completely confused and going through this awakening process. And I know that many of you would be able to relate to my experience. So this is all for today's video, and see you in the next video.